G'day guys, today we're taking a look at a device that lets you save and load states on physical Game Boy games on an actual Game Boy console, not an emulator. It was released by an Australian company called BennVenn, and today we'll take a look at it, test a few games and also a few of its quirks. So we've just inserted the Save State device into the cartridge slot on our Game Boy Advance SP, and then we've put the game we're going to be testing, which is Mega Man 2. Into the Save State device, similar to how a Game Genie or a Game Shark would act. So everything works as normal. We'll just pick a level. So nothing weird, nothing special happening. Now to save the state, we hold start and press down, and you can see the screen flash slightly. And now the state's saved. So if we turn it off, it's still saved. It's saved into flash. So we can turn it back on. And to load the state, it's start and up. And there we are. So I'll make a new state. I think I got hit too many times, so I'll just load the state. That seems good. We'll save it there again. And we'll load it. As you can see, it works fine. We'll choose a different stage and we'll try to load the state from the other stage. So we'll go to Airman. And we'll just load Crashman again. So that's a simple game, Mega Man 2. Let's try something a bit more complex. So we'll try Donkey Kong Land 3 next. Now you might be wondering what would happen if I were to load Mega Man Save State in Donkey Kong, so let's try it out. And everything's glitched, and then it froze. So we'll save state in this level. I got hit, so I'll load it again. And it has frozen again, so it is a bit glitchy. I'll save it there. The reason I pause before saving is because you need to press start and up to save and to load. So pressing start pauses and unpauses. So if I saved it while the game was running or unpaused and then loaded it, I would have to unpause it every time. So that just saves me unpausing. As you can see, it's unpaused. It depends on the game, what the start button does on that game. There is something neat that happens if you save and load a different level. Sometimes you can get assets from a different level loaded into the current level. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Might save it there as well, just in case. Alright, so we're in the second level now. So I'll make a save here. And I'll turn it off. And we'll load back into the first level. And then we'll load the second level state. We'll see what happens. And we'll load the state. So, oh, as you can see, there's a midway barrel at the start, and there's a platform going up and down in a water level. The platform does seem to work. There's barrels flying down. There's a... Oh, there was a barrel here last time that shot you into the void. So some neat things can happen depending on where you save and load. There's three bonus barrels close together. I'll just get hit to end the bonus. This is definitely not level 1 or level 2, as you can see. It's a lot harder, so I just want to finish and see what level it spawns us at. I might save state now, just in case I get hit and die. Another bonus. I did get hit, so I'll load it. Got hit again. And it's crashed. So as you can see, it's a bit finicky depending on what game. So next we might try something a bit more popular. We'll do Pokemon Gold, just because I've got Pokemon Silver here as well. So Pokemon Gold. And we're just popping it in. Back. My carts are all dirty, they need a good cleaning. Almost there. The old blow on it trick, see if that helped. And it does, every time. And naturally, what would happen if we were to load Donkey Kong Land 3? It starts to load the level, and everything's red now. Different colors. It's interesting. So we'll save state here. We'll reset to get the colors back to normal. And then now they're inverted. I believe all these glitches and quirks are happening because the save state device only saves the current bank and not all banks. I believe that's the case. So if the game switching bank and loading it, or saving, it won't save the other banks that aren't selected. So if you save in bank 2 and then you start a game normally in bank 1, it'll load bank 2's data into bank 1. I believe that's how it works. Alright, so we're in the game. I'll save state. And we're still inverted. So now we'll change into Pokemon Silver. So that's gold. And we'll pop silver in. Let's make sure we're in frame, yep. And we'll just load gold state. Don't think this was always here. So some interesting things do happen when you save and load states. There's half a building there. So we'll save state. I might save once more before we pick it. So we'll go Cyndaquil. There's a lot of talking in Pokemon games, unfortunately. Alright, I won't load state just because I don't want to go through all the talking again. I've made a save state though. So we'll get into a battle. It's very glitchy. Alright. Now I will load state. Also, the sound seems slightly off, so that's interesting. So we'll save once more. Now, what happens if we load the Pokemon Gen 2 save state into Pokemon Yellow? So again, just putting it in. And turning it on. Nope, dirty. Works every time. Now we'll load, I don't believe there's a save file on here. No, so we'll load the state. And it wasn't happy with that, as you can see. What else can we try? We've got a few more games here to test. We'll try Metroid 2. So Metroid 2. Yep. Nope. I have finished this game, so I sort of don't want to corrupt it, but we'll see what happens if we load Pokemon Silver's save. And it just resets. And then it freezes. So you're not supposed to be loading different game saves onto other games. That's why all these issues are happening. It's really designed for, say, if you're fighting a boss in Metroid, you'd save at the start of the fight, and then if you died, you just load it before it gamed overed. And you'd be in the same bank, and you just continue from where you were. So using it as it's intended, it works fine. So we'll make a save state here. We'll go down, and we'll load the state. And it works as intended. We've got Zelda Link's Awakening DX, so we'll try that. So again, save state. And our load state. The palette's off, but it fixes itself pretty quick. It's quite interesting. So this is the map that I saved on. And if I scroll the screen and I load it, it doesn't update the map data, so it still thinks I'm on that screen, yet I'm not. So I can't go left and right here because there's barriers and there's the cave. So if I save in the cave, and then I loaded it, now what if I save state on file 1 and I load another file, and we'll load the state as well. So we'll go to this one, who seems pretty new. We'll load the state. And it's a bit glitchy, but once we scroll the screen, there we go. And all the items, yep. Alright, I think we'll try one more game. We'll try Megaman Xtreme. Megaman Xtreme. And of course, what happens if we load Zelda? It freezes it. So we'll save state. And then we'll load it. And it works as intended, if you're using it as it's intended. We'll save state before it crashes. We'll load the state. Alright, so as it was bank switching, I'm guessing I saved, and that's why we're stuck in this soft lock. But if we reset it, we'll see if we can load that same soft lock. And we can. So some interesting things happen when you save and load. Save here before the fight. And if we load it while the bee's coming, it does still spawn, but you can walk away from it. We'll see how far it can move. We'll see if we can get it. Ah, okay, it despawns. And if we load it again... I'll try kill it without crossing the load line. Ah, okay. So it still triggers the correct scene. We'll save again. And we'll load it. Okay, so once the bee flag, the bee's been flagged as killed, you're soft locked. So don't load a state after you've killed a boss, I guess. Alright, and to wrap it up, so we've tried Game Boy, we've tried DX games, so this was Game Boy Colour and DMG, so we'll try as the Game Boy Colour game. Or we'll try a Game Boy Advance game, we'll see what happens. But I'm pretty sure it won't work because it's loading into Game Boy Colour. Yeah, so it doesn't detect it. So Game Boy Advance does nothing. Trying to find a Game Boy Colour game. I've got the Grinch. Not very exciting, but it's what's on hand. Alright. A lot of splash screens. Alright, so we're in the game. Let's try and load Megaman Xtreme. And yeah, didn't like it. But it does work on Game Boy Color. I'll just save and load correctly. We'll save on the splash screen, just because the video is getting a little bit long. And then we'll load. That works fine. So I'll save in the game, move around, and load. It didn't like that, it fades to black. I think because I died. Oh no, it's just pausing. So if I load again, save, and load. Interestingly, the presents stay gone, so if I save here, and there's 2 presents left, I get it. If I load it, the present is still gone. If I load it again, yep. Alright, I think that'll do it for today. If you have any other games you want me to test, or if you know any games that you want me to save on one game and load on another and see what happens, just let me know. Alright, thanks for watching.